Okay, so we are on the ADS stand now at Paris Air Show. I'm joined by Paul Oxley. Paul Oxley is the External Affairs Director at ADS. Paul, welcome and thanks for inviting onto the stand.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
So for those who don't know, ADS is a UK trade body. It also operates and owns the Farnborough Air Show, where we were a year ago.
Absolutely, yes.
Yep, and it'll be happening again next year.
Next year will come around very quickly.
As ever. Look, you've just put out a press release, which we've got in front of us now, and it sets out the value of aviation to the UK economy. So just go through some of the key findings, and then we'll talk about that in a bit more detail.
Absolutely. I mean, the core key finding for us is that we found is absolutely fantastic is that the global combined value of our sectors are adding 42 billion in the value added to the UK.
Okay.
And in terms of exports, that's 45 billion. But of course, the core thing that drives our products are our people. And what we've seen is a fantastic employment rate growth to 450,000 now within our combined sectors.
And when you say combined sectors, you cover civil aviation, you cover defence.
That's right, defence, security and space.
Okay, so that broader aerospace, police. We're obviously most interested in the commercial aerospace thing, which we know is UK is very much a market leader in aerospace. Always has been, and
absolutely, yes.
I think always will be because of our heritage there. So
that's why we're based over in Farnborough, the home of British Aerospace.
It is, exactly. So what's happening particularly in the commercial aerospace area? I know there were some interesting areas. We talked about sustainability and things like that, where innovation is driving things.
Absolutely. So we've seen a 70% growth in aerospace over the last 10 years, and a lot of that's been driven down to the fact that we are a great place to do business with.
Yeah.
I mean, take for example, Airbus over in Broughton in North Wales. You know, as they always say, the world's wings are made in Wales.
Yeah, that's the A380 wings, aren't
right.
they? Yes,
that's correct. Over in Broughton. But yes, what we've seen is a tremendous growth in the civil aerospace sector over the last 10 years. Like we said, predominantly grown through aviation, R&D, innovation, a lot of technologies, and of course the race for sustainable aviation. We've got a lot of amazing startups within the UK driving forward in ingenuity in SAF, hydrogen. And then looking at the future for aerospace when it comes to eVTOLs.
See lots of those here.
Absolutely.
At the Air Show this year. Productivity is interesting because I mean you're hearing not very good things about productivity in the UK economy generally, but it seems that aerospace, the areas you cover, is going the opposite way. It's actually we're seeing improved productivity. What's driving that?
A lot of it is the faith in our sectors in terms of international investment into the UK, where you've got a lot of the operations within the UK aren't just British-made businesses. We've got a lot of international investment into the UK, recognising the core innovations that come from our people, and also. We've had a change in government in the last 12 months, and they're going through a new industrial strategy. They've highlighted aerospace as a core growth generator there.
Yep.
And what you've seen from recent trade deals, it is the message is getting through on an international stage, especially here at Paris, that Britain is open for business.
Yeah. So you were telling me before, you have spent a lot of time lobbying. This is part of your job. So you're in government circles, talking to the movers and shakers there. Often very difficult to lobby governments because people change all the time.
Sure, yeah.
I think
there's always a challenge.
You've got a minister for transport 1 minute, and then the next minute they've gone for various reasons. So, there is a new government, as you said. So they're only just over a year in. You mentioned there's a positive feeling from the new government. What do you? I mean, why wouldn't there be? Because this is a growing industry. What is it the ADS wants to see from a supportive government? What are you lobbying for?
I think for us, it's more a message for how can ADS support the new government for their aims, because we are ultimately there for the same objective, to see growth in the British economy, jobs for our people, and to see Britain prosper. So it's how can we as ADS convene our industry to work in partnership with government to achieve those goals. So the core thing we're looking from government is to work in partnership for us to drive innovation into the UK, investment into the UK, in a way for the government to work with us and also act as ambassadors on the world stage for why our industries are world leading.
Yeah, you hear a lot from government about green jobs and the new green economy. And I guess if you're not in aviation, you don't consider aviation to be a green business sector, obviously, for obvious reasons. But in actual fact, there's a lot of stuff going on that you put under the sustainability banner, wouldn't you?
So, absolutely. I mean, we saw the recent air display in London, and a lot of that was for the King's birthday honours, and a lot of that was actually fueled on sustainable aviation fuel. A lot of this technology is here now, it's being grown. The government has announced a recent investment into sustainable aviation fuel industry within the UK.
Yeah.
So again, the government is working well with us to drive forward new technologies to be homegrown here in the UK.
Yeah. Final word before we finish on jobs. You mentioned people, and there was obviously some good stats in there about the amount of people we employ as an industry, which is actually, obviously very good news. And as again you said before we started, quite often you get clusters of aviation businesses in areas that maybe were deindustrialized and are coming back.
Yes,
so where there's a real need for good skilled jobs.
Absolutely.
What can the industry do? Because there is still a massive problem with numbers of people coming through into the jobs market for aviation.
There is.
Just heard it from Air France KLM this morning. What can be done by the industry to, I guess, promote itself as being a great place to work?
As you say, exactly, it's how we promote ourselves as fantastic places to have a career in.
Yeah.
In terms of salary, we pay more than the market, far more than the market average. It's very much in terms of a job for life in the areas that don't actually have a lot of manufacturing or engineering based roles.
Yeah.
So in terms of what we bring in terms of social value to the areas that we serve, we are really the pillars of those areas. In terms of what we need, where we need more support from, obviously we're trying to do a lot to promote skill sets and STEM. But in terms of where we want to see a greater partnership from government when it comes to promoting STEM-based learning in curriculum, schools.
Yeah. It's getting them young, isn't it? I think if you can inspire someone at 14 to be an aviation engineer.
And it's trying to get youngsters to youngsters to actually see the benefits of maths and science beyond just it being boring, to actually see how it can be applied in a real world, exciting real world application,
and it make a big difference as well.
Yeah, absolute difference. And in terms of careers advice as well, getting out there to promote good career, working with industry to ensure that there is proper careers advice out there for youngsters to learn about the different avenues that are available to them to how to get a job in the aerospace sector. It's not just about if university's not for you, you don't have to do a degree. You can do an apprenticeship. There are countless ways to get into the sector.
And actually, it shows like these. This is a big showcase. I mean, this week will be a massive showcase in France, but I know Farnborough is the same when you run it in England as well, where the last few days are a real showcase for careers in the industry.
Absolutely, and in the Air Show last year, we saw a stark increase in the numbers of youth engagement, and we're looking to grow that even further. We are looking to see how we can host a larger jobs fair to promote the sectors at the next Air Show as well.
Yep.
So we are certainly working with local partners, local members, local educational facilitators to actually bring them to Farnborough to see how exciting a career in aerospace can be.
And the other thing, I guess, is by definition, it's a global career, it's a global industry. You can find yourself working anywhere, really.
Yeah, like I say, the amount of international investment that comes into the UK, there are opportunities then for you to learn overseas. Yeah. You don't really be corny to say that the sky's the limit, but it really is in this career in industry in aerospace.
Yeah. Paul, thanks very much.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
And we'll look forward to Farnborough next year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And good luck at Paris this year.
Thank you very much. Good to see you. Take care.